Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I congratulate the Honourable Member for Harrow East for securing this important debate, which was scheduled to take place early last year but has been much delayed. And I think that delay is at the heart of this whole issue. We now find ourselves in a situation where many of the Equitable Life policyholders have been retired for some time. And sadly, as other members have alluded to, many have died, particularly the older policyholders in the pre-September 1992 with profits annuities group, who never received any compensation at all. The last time that the Honourable Member held a debate on this issue was in 2019, and it's a tragedy that each time a debate is held, the number of policyholders who would benefit from the compensation is decreasing. That's simply not right. So time is limited, and yet there has likely never been a time when this compensation would have made more of a difference than right now. And I know this is the case for my constituents who were Equitable Life policyholders. The coronavirus pandemic has placed an enormous strain upon financial resources for many, many people, and we've never experienced an economic crisis like this one. And one group who were particularly impacted by the Equitable Life scandal have also been largely left to face the full force of the economic impact of COVID without support, and that is small business owners. And I believe there are some common themes between successive governments' treatment of Equitable Life policyholders and the provisions and support for the self-employed and small business owners during COVID. First is arbitrariness. My constituents who are policyholders cannot understand why they should be merely given 22.4% compensation. They have been excluded. Secondly, there's been a refusal to expand support, justified by reference to the public purse. Yet when the government has made a commitment to provide support, as it did when it accepted the Parliamentary Ombudsman's findings to compensate victims in full, then it must follow through on its word. And third is the very large degree of cross-party support. According to the Justice for Equitable Life Policyholders APPG website, 282 members of this place are members of that group. That's nearly a majority, and plaudits for that should go to the determined campaigning of the APPG itself and EMAG. And non-binding motions have previously been agreed by this House in debates just like this one, which call on the government to make a commitment to provide full compensation. Yet we find ourselves in the ludicrous position where, despite all of that, there still appears to be no willingness from the Treasury to look again at the issue of compensation. So how many more debates do we have to hold? How many more motions do we have to pass? How many more members will have to join the APPG? As I said earlier, delay is incredibly damaging. So I would urge the government to look again at this issue. I look forward to hearing from the Minister and to making a commitment to providing full compensation. And to do so now, because we clearly cannot afford to waste any further time. This compensation has never been more needed. Justice delayed is justice denied.